The Daily Don Show. He makes lists.
Take it away, Donnie!
All right. See what you think about this list. First of the week. Of the four major sports, top 5 sports venues still standing.
Top 5 sports venues still standing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I go, Petey?
Yeah.
I'll go Wrigley Field.
All right, Wrigley Field is number 2. Opened April 23rd, 1914, home of the Cubs and home of the Bears until 1971. Now, it doesn't have as iconic status because not a lot of championships were won by either team in that span, but still, oldest building in the National League, iconic building. Peter, Michael, and I got to see a Mets-Cubs League Championship Series game there, which was tremendous.
Oh, I remember.
Love that place, number 2.
Andrew broke a picture at Dictus.
Yeah, that's right.
He did shatter the glass. It was really uncomfortable.
It's not fair.
This is across all sports, Don?
Yes.
All buildings. Well, then, hey, let's throw out Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden made it at number 5. Oldest building in both the NBA and the NHL, believe it or not. Opened February 11th, 1968, home of the Knicks and Rangers. And even though it was reimagined a few years ago, still has the iconic spindle wheel roof, and considering its location and what they've dubbed the world's most famous arena, I have it at number 5.
Let's go Lambeau Field. Curly Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field, Michael, number 3. Lambeau Field opened September 29th, 1957, home of the Green Bay Packers, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Tons of championship games there. You think of all the great players that played there, and, of course, Vince Lombardi patrolling the sidelines. Yes, iconic building, still used by the Green Bay Packers. Number 3. That's right, Tom Coughlin almost getting frostbite on the face.
Okay.
So we've got Wrigley Field number 2, Lambeau Field number 3, MSG number 5. So we need 4 and we need 1.
Don, is there a hockey venue here?
There is not.
Wow, there's not.
No, Maple Leaf Gardens is still standing, but it's not used by the Leafs anymore.
Okay.
If you're stuck, Peter, I have the 2.
Well, I want another. I want a second. So
Yeah, and Peter, really.
I'd like to throw out Fenway.
All right. Give him a second. He gets number 1. Fenway Park opened on April 20th, 1912, the same day that the Titanic sunk. And even though the Red Sox didn't win a ton of championships after 1918, a lot of World Series games were played there.
Not to mention the last 20 years have been pretty good.
67, 75, and then, of course, what's happened recently. Also, the Boston Braves played there for a couple of years in 1914 and 1915, and the Boston Patriots of the old AFL played there from 1963 to 1968. Fenway Park, also a place that Michael and I have frequented. And you've been there too, Peter, right?
Many times.
Number 1.
Let's round this out with the LA Coliseum.
No, don't have the LA Coliseum.
And he didn't even think about it.
Why he didn't think about it?
Well, I mean, the thing is it's being used. Who are you taking out?
I don't know who you have in, whatever slot is open.
But I think number 5. I just think that there's a lot of big games been played there. It's not as old as the Coliseum, but you're in the neighborhood.
Okay. It's not as old as the Coliseum.
The problem with the Coliseum is that the Raiders were there, the Rams are there now.
Well,
and most, I think, of its fame.
They're going
to open up a new place, but probably more of a college venue, more historically than.
The place we're looking for, Don, is still actively in use.
Oh, it's still active, and you know what? And Michael's been there. I've only seen it from afar, but I don't think it's really changed since it's opened. You don't think about it, but it's been around a long time, and I think it's pretty iconic.
Boomer, okay, Boomer.
I doubt this is it, but I'm just trying to think of any ones that we haven't thought of yet that are iconic. I'll throw out Arrowhead.
No. Arrowhead actually.
I think I have it.
Same architect that did the Meadowlands Giant Stadium.
I think I have it. I think I have the answer.
Okay.
It is a beautiful day at Dodger Stadium.
That's right, Michael. Chavez Ravine Dodger Stadium opened April 10th, 1962. So you're thinking it's not that old, but it's pretty iconic. It's the third oldest building in baseball and the second oldest building in the National League.
Hello.
And Michael, you've been there, and obviously it's been updated slightly, but really it's kind of the same that when it opened, right?
It's gorgeous.
And it is a beautiful place, and the Dodgers are an historic team, and I think it's iconic, and I have it at number 4. So MSG number 5, Dodger Stadium 4, Lambeau Field 3, Wrigley Field 2, Fenway Park number 1.
It might be. I mean, it might be proximity bias, and I might have MSG higher. I don't know.
Wow, strong.
Well,
I think
would you
over
have it
Dodger Stadium.
I
I'd
would
have
put
at
I
least
would put
4.
Rose Hill in, Fordham's oldest.
Well, the reason I
on-campus
didn't go
gym.
college, because college really opens it up, right? 'Cause
Hello.
there's a bunch of iconic buildings in both
Cameron?
college basketball and football.
Cameron Indoor.
That's
I
right.
mean, there's tons of them. Peter would not be happy with that pick. If you
Well,
were
how could you not, though? It's Repug, but it's Mupug. It's Mage and Repug. It's not often I say Mupug, but some things are that, and Cameron Indoor is one of them.
That's not something you just made up. That's actually a thing.
No, Mupug is an actual rating that exists. It's just
I think that's the first time you've dropped that on the K Show.
I think I've heard it.
As it was an important time. It was needed.
Yeah. I think it's important to have that word.